So this is Wizard's Run. This clip will show that most of the combat in Wizard's Run is wizard combat. Instead of using a sword, you will most likely use your spell book to cast some form of combat spell that you make. Generally, you will start out with what I call the blast spell, which is a ranged spell that does harm. As you can see here, I'm standing on the top of my parapet, getting ready to do a little archery practice, we'll say, with my blast spell. As you can see, I'm shooting it off there. The way this works is on the lower left side, you'll see a mana bar. On the right side, you see my spell book. If you see above the mana bar, it says 1 blast. That's page 1. I have on page 1 of my spell book the blast spell. The swirling purple things shooting up is a mana boost, regeneration boost that I'm getting from the source berry muffins that I'm eating. As you can see, I have a stack of them next to my spell book in my tool belt. As you kind of look at the screen, you can see that Wizard's Run has quite a few nice enhancements to it. The upper right hand side is your character readout. Your paper doll gives you your armor stats, items in your backpack, what you have in your hand. On the left side is any potion or any effects that you're under. As I move around, you will see on the in the middle, every now and then, in the left side, it will flash up and give a description of an item or something, and that is another nice little bonus. As you can see, there's quite a few different new mobs in the game in Wizard's Run, obviously. Powering up a little bit there. That's a champion, I believe. Later in the video, you'll see an up-close look at one of those. While I'm doing a little combat there, you can look in the upper right-hand side, the paper doll there, the green and the yellow. So as you take damage, instead of just taking damage, each body part takes damage. And as it is damaged, you will take on other debuffs. And death will occur if you lose all your health in your head or your body. Ah, there we go. Here's some pumpkin spiders. These are always entertaining in a pumpkin patch. You can't tell what's what. Wizard's Run is a little more challenging than Bedrock, obviously, and it is designed to try to balance the awesome power you will gain as a wizard. The pumpkin spiders are one of many new foes. Not the easiest things to defeat. And as even with the ranged combat and the spells, you're still kind of in danger. Because when you take damage, it's serious in Wizard's Run. Because you can't just eat and heal. You actually have to have band-aids, and producing band-aids requires you to have sheep. So Wizard's Run also puts emphasis and importance on new importance on some resources. Speaking of eating, and we'll get to that later, but Wizard's Run also includes the a Spice of Life mod. I believe the pork chop or the baked potato one. And which means that as you eat, you get a variety score, and the higher your variety score, you get certain buffs. And if you don't have a high variety, and you eat the same food, you get debuffed. So that brings a new importance to eating and having different types of food. That was a Cyclops. Those are interesting creatures. They are normally a passive mob, but you attack them, they will definitely attack you. Now, I believe I have heard, yes, crabs. So these crabs come from the Divine RPG mod, and they just kind of appear on this level of my fort. I think it's because I have water underneath those wooden half blocks, and I think they spawn there, or it could be because I am above a beach and that's where they spawn, and they will spawn at any height. So interesting. It adds a nice flavor because they will kick your butt hard if they actually hit you. They take lots of damage. That's a portal. I'll show you what that is after a while. Or in another video, I'll show you how that's created and how that works. As you can see up in the top right hand side, the tooltip is constantly telling you what you're looking at. And these are the debuffs that I'm under because of the damage that I have taken. You can see I have some yellow on the left side there. And buffs. Here's the healing, so I use my patch. Now this is the really interesting part, is I'm using my patch now, and you have to hold it down, and it takes time to actually apply that patch. And you're not instantly healed. It heals over time. And it heals so much over time. So it really adds a new dynamic to the game. And now I'm switching off. You see the left hand side there. I'm on page 4 of my spell book, and this is a spell I created called Gather, and it picks things up for me so I don't have to go down and descend into the dangerous lands below. You see all the white balls down there? Those are from my light spell. So once you hit a certain level, you are able to kind of secure a fairly decent sized domain, and you can hold it fairly well as a wizard. Now some of the mobs are very challenging. A wizard's generally safe in his tower though, yes? There goes the Cyclops. Oh, I have a bad habit of throwing my book. There we go. So now we're going to descend the tower. Down, down we go. Oh, closing the hatches because, you know, some mobs climb ladders. And now I'm at the bowels of my tower. And this is my kill room down here. And the reason that I'm able to do this is for some reason all the mobs like to congregate over in this corner when I'm up in my tower. So I just dug a pit and put half blocks, and well, I can just my kill pit. And that is the champion, the Gallant. Yes, you can see up there the upper top. He's got a fair amount of health. Do a little blasting here. You know, until you get a certain level, you'll kind of mix between your spell book and traditional weaponry. There's some awesome weapons in Wizard's Run for sure. That is the Cyclops, a shard of his eye. You can, in fact, talking of awesome weapons, you can create Cyclops weapons. Now in this, you can see I have a couple things in there. Yeah, my backpack. So Wizard's Run includes where you have additional storage slots on your body, and then you can also create backpacks, and in the backpack you can add and carry extra stuff, and you can expand the backpack.